The plane touched down with a gentle bump, a subtle reminder of the shift I was making, both physically and mentally. The wheels kissed the tarmac, and a new chapter began. I had arrived. Stepping off the plane felt surreal, like crossing an invisible threshold into a different reality. Excitement and nerves tangled inside me, a familiar cocktail when facing the unknown. It was a potent mix, fueling my anticipation while simultaneously making my palms sweat. As I stepped into the terminal, the air itself felt different, charged with the energy of countless journeys converging in one place. Instantly, a wave of unfamiliar sounds, a symphony of languages I couldn't decipher, washed over me. An elegant, curling script surrounded me, a visual reminder that I was no longer in familiar territory. The letters danced before my eyes, beautiful yet indecipherable. This was it, my adventure, the one I had dreamed of for so long, in a place where English was not the common tongue, a place where I would have to rely on more than just words to navigate. My voice, my main tool, suddenly felt useless, a strange and unsettling sensation. Navigating the airport became my first silent challenge, a test of my adaptability and resourcefulness. I clung to universal symbols, arrows, suitcases, buses, my new lifelines, guiding me through the labyrinthine corridors. Announcements echoed, but their meaning was lost on me, a constant reminder of my linguistic isolation. I followed the crowd, hoping for baggage claim, trusting that their destination aligned with my own, heart pounding at every turn, unsure if I was heading in the right direction. The feeling of being surrounded yet alone was stark, a poignant reminder of my vulnerability in this new environment. My taxi ride was quiet, a peaceful interlude after the sensory overload of the airport. I handed the driver my guest house address, a small piece of paper representing my destination, grateful I'd written it down, my only means of communication in that moment. The city outside was a blur of new sights and sounds, a kaleidoscope of unfamiliar experiences unfolding before my eyes. I wanted to ask questions, but words failed me, trapped behind a wall of linguistic difference. So I watched, a silent observer, absorbing the atmosphere and committing it to memory. At the guest house, the host greeted me with a smile, a universal sign of welcome that transcended language barriers. Gestures and pointing became our language, a clumsy but effective way to bridge the communication gap. Passport? He tapped his own, a simple question conveyed without a single word of shared language. I nodded, fumbling for mine, relieved that I understood the unspoken request. Room? I pointed upstairs, hoping my gesture was clear enough. He led the way, a silent guide navigating me through the unfamiliar surroundings. Awkward, but it worked, a testament to the power of non-verbal communication. Alone in my room, I exhaled, releasing the tension that had been building since the plane landed. I was here, safe, settled, at least for the night. The silence inside was a pause before the real journey began, a moment of reflection before diving into the unknown. I realized I was ready for whatever came next, the challenges, the discoveries, the unexpected moments. The world outside waited, vibrant and unknown, beckoning me to explore its hidden corners and embrace its unique culture. Morning arrived, signaling the start of a new day and a fresh set of challenges. My first mission? Breakfast. It seemed simple enough, but without a shared language, even the most basic tasks could become an intricate dance of gestures and guesswork. I ventured out, my trusty phrasebook clutched in hand like a lifeline. It was a colorful little book filled with useful phrases, but I quickly realized that pronunciation was key, and my attempts often resulted in confused stares. I stepped into the bustling streets, a symphony of sounds and smells filling the air. The aroma of freshly baked bread mingled with the rich scent of brewing coffee, creating an irresistible invitation. At a local bakery, my eyes widened at the array of pastries. Unable to speak the language, I resorted to pointing, hoping to convey my desire for a sweet treat. The baker, a kind-faced woman with flour dusting her apron, smiled warmly. She held up her fingers, indicating the price of the pastry with a simple gesture. Fumbling with unfamiliar coins, I counted out the correct amount, a small victory in this land of unknown customs and currency. Success! My first meal, won not with words but with gestures and a shared understanding. The pastry was delicious, a reward for my efforts. Ordering food, I quickly learned, would become a daily adventure, a test of my non-verbal communication skills. Menus, filled with unfamiliar words and cryptic descriptions, were indecipherable scrolls, each one a challenge to overcome. Sometimes I was lucky enough to find menus with pictures, a visual guide that helped me decipher the culinary offerings. Other times, when pictures were absent, I'd resort to pointing at someone else's meal, hoping to replicate their choice. Surprises often landed on my table. Some were incredibly delicious, introducing me to new flavors and culinary delights, while others remained a complete mystery, their ingredients and origins unknown. Getting around the city, navigating its intricate network of streets and public transportation, was yet another puzzle to solve. Bus numbers and station names, all written in the local language, blurred together into an incomprehensible jumble. To combat this confusion, I carried a detailed map and a small piece of paper with my destination written in the local script, a crucial tool for navigating the city. I would show this paper to bus drivers or fellow passengers, hoping they could guide me in the right direction. More often than not, kind strangers, recognizing my predicament, would tap me on the shoulder when my stop finally arrived. A small act of kindness that made a world of difference. Once, in a moment of distraction, I boarded the wrong bus and ended up completely lost in an unfamiliar part of the city, a humbling experience that tested my resolve. But even in that moment of disorientation, gestures, smiles, and a shared sense of humanity got me back on track, proving that communication transcends language barriers. Even simple tasks like shopping became an elaborate game of charades, miming the need for sunscreen or band-aids in pharmacies, relying on visual cues and exaggerated gestures to convey my needs. Patient shopkeepers, often amused by my clumsy attempts, would try to guess what I needed, often laughing along with me at the absurdity of the situation. These small victories, these moments of successful communication against all odds, felt absolutely huge, boosting my confidence and reinforcing my belief in the power of human connection. With each passing day, I learned that communication is so much more than just words. It's about empathy, understanding, and a willingness to connect with others on a deeper level. It's about patience, creativity, and an unwavering willingness to try new approaches, to step outside of your comfort zone and embrace the unknown. Every successful exchange, every moment of connection was a triumph, a testament to the human spirit's ability to overcome obstacles. The challenge of navigating a world without a shared language stripped away pretense and superficiality, leaving only genuine human connection, raw and unfiltered. And in the end, I realized that the world is indeed navigable, even without a common tongue, as long as you're open to new experiences and willing to embrace the unexpected. Every day brought new lessons in resilience, teaching me the importance of adaptability and the power of positive thinking in the face of adversity. And every meal, every bus ride, every interaction, no matter how small, became a story in itself, a unique chapter in my ongoing adventure. Despite small victories, loneliness crept in, especially at night. In cafes, I watched families laugh, their words a warm hum I couldn't join. The language barrier felt like an invisible wall. I longed for deeper connection, to share stories and jokes. Simple needs became hurdles. Asking for help, understanding customs, expressing gratitude. Misunderstandings loomed large, making me miss the ease of home. Observing locals' effortless conversations highlighted my own isolation. My thoughts grew louder in the quiet, replaying the day's charades. Evenings were spent journaling, processing the solitude. The silence was sometimes a relief, sometimes a reminder of being adrift. Yet these moments deepened my empathy and self-awareness. The struggle to connect made every small success more meaningful. Just when solitude peaked, kindness would appear. A shopkeeper would use a translation app or demonstrate a product. An elderly woman, seeing me lost, walked me to my bus stop, patting my hand goodbye. A student patiently guided me through a ticket machine. These acts weren't just helpful, they were deeply human. Waiters listened to my broken phrases with patience. Shop owners deciphered my gestures, never showing frustration. Their willingness to engage turned awkward moments into shared victories. Each act of kindness chipped away at my isolation. Compassion, I learned, transcends language. These moments restored my faith in humanity. They reminded me we can always communicate care. Kindness became the true language of my journey. Over time, I learned the language of gestures. A tilt of the head, a wave, a smile. These became my words. I watched locals mimicking their nonverbal cues. A genuine smile bridged gaps, laughter dissolved frustration. My senses sharpened. I noticed daily rituals and subtle interactions. Observing, not speaking, offered deep cultural insights. Each successful gesture felt like a victory. Communication, I realized, is about empathy and intention. Even muddled exchanges led to shared amusement. The joy of being understood without words was immense. These small triumphs built my confidence. Connection, I learned, often begins in silence. Slowly, silent connections formed. The bakery lady greeted me with my usual pastry and a nod. The old man on the park bench shared sunsets with me, no words needed. Shared experiences, watching street performers, laughing at stray dogs, created bonds. Children were the easiest to connect with. A funny face, a game, pure joy. Their laughter was infectious, their acceptance unconditional. These moments wove me into the fabric of daily life. Each friendly face made me feel less like an outsider. I was seen, acknowledged, welcomed in small ways. The symphony of smiles and gestures built a sense of community. These silent friendships enriched my journey. Connection, I realized, doesn't always need words. Fear and uncertainty faded, replaced by quiet confidence. Each small success, ordering food, finding my way, built my self-assurance. I became more observant, adaptable, and patient. Mistakes led to discoveries and laughter. I learned to let go of the fear of looking foolish. Most people appreciated my efforts, however clumsy. Vulnerability opened doors to richer experiences. The journey wasn't just about navigating a new place, it was about discovering my own resilience. I gained empathy for others facing language barriers. The challenges stripped away complacency. I found strength I didn't know I had. Growth came from stepping outside my comfort zone. The transformation was the true reward. The lesson? Don't let language barriers stop you from exploring. The world's beauty and lessons await those willing to step into the unknown. Real travel begins where your comfort zone ends. Fumbling for words and relying on kindness leads to the best stories. Immersion without language sharpens your senses and deepens your experience. You become an active participant, not just a tourist. Authentic connection happens beyond words. Travel is about understanding our shared humanity. A smile, a helping hand, a gesture, these are powerful communications. People everywhere are more alike than different. Pack your bags, learn a few phrases, and go. The world is waiting to surprise and welcome you. Embrace the unfamiliar. You'll be changed for the better. My journey through foreign lands, across continents and cultures, was transformative. A profound shift in perspective that reshaped my understanding of the world and my place within it. It was challenging, a test of resilience and adaptability as I navigated unfamiliar customs and languages, but filled with joy, with moments of unexpected laughter and shared experiences that transcended cultural boundaries. Kindness, a reminder of the inherent goodness in humanity, witnessed in the helping hands and warm smiles of strangers, and connection, a sense of belonging to a global community, forged through shared meals and heartfelt conversations. I returned home with gratitude and a broadened mind, forever changed by the people I met and the places I explored. Adventures like these are for anyone with curiosity and an open heart, regardless of age, background, or experience. If you dream of travel but fear the language barrier, the unknown, or the potential for discomfort, know the rewards far outweigh the fears. The growth and understanding gained are immeasurable. These experiences teach empathy and reveal our inner strength, pushing us beyond our perceived limitations and fostering resilience. Join the community of travelers who embrace the unknown, who seek out new perspectives and challenge their own assumptions. Encourage others to step outside their comfort zones, to discover the transformative power of travel for themselves. Share your stories and build bridges across cultures, fostering understanding and empathy in an increasingly interconnected world. The world is a vast classroom. Its lessons are best learned firsthand through immersive experiences and genuine interactions. Adventure begins when comfort ends, when we dare to venture beyond the familiar and embrace the uncertainty of the unknown. Take that step, book that ticket, and open yourself up to a world of possibilities. Learn a few phrases, even a simple hello, can open doors and create connections. In losing your words, you may find yourself stripped of the familiar. You'll discover hidden strengths and a deeper understanding of who you are. And a deeper connection to the world, a sense of shared humanity that transcends borders and languages. Your journey is waiting, beckoning you to explore its hidden corners and discover its untold stories. What will your story be? What adventures await you just beyond the horizon?